As we all know that cider is an alcoholic beverage made from the fermented juice of apples. In this video we going to see more interesting and new things about cider. We know that cider is made from apple, however it is also legally permitted to make with the mixture of 75% apple juice and 25% pear juice. Cider can be dry, medium or sweet, depending on the type of apples used and degree of fermentation the juice is permitted. Cider apples. Specialized cider apples are cultivated in southwest of England. Cider apple have sugar, acid and tannin in perfect composition which gives excellent final product. What is cider? Eastern country which produces cider from dessert and culinary apples, includes Kent, Suffolk and Sussex. The end product is sometimes given the alternative spelling called cider. Aspall dry cider is an example with antique spelling, made in Suffolk, England. Let's see about how cider is produced. There are plenty of stages to pass through to get an final product of cider. Let's see every steps in detail of cider production. Step 1. Harvesting, plugging. Apples are generally harvested from late September until well into October. Step 2. Washing the apples. After harvesting the apples, all the apples will be washed by immersing in water. Good apples will float and rotten apples will sink inside the water. Step 3. Grinding the apples. Whole apples are far too tough to release the juice when pressed, so they first have to be milled, by high-speed steel blades, into a fine pulp. Step 4. Pressing the apples. Traditionally, apples pulp is pressed by constructing a cheese. Nowadays mechanically pressed to get apple juice. Step 5. Fermentation. The pressed juice is transferred to vat for fermentation with the addition of yeast. The fermented liquid is called cider. Step 6. Bottling. During bottling, carbon dioxide is injected to provide sparkles. Sugar or apple concentrate may be used to produce a degree of sweetness. There are few different types of ciders in the market. Let's see one by one. Draft cider. Draft cider is usually unfiltered and has a dosage of yeast and sugar to induce fermentation which gives sparkle to the product. It is termed as cask-conditioned cider. It is slightly sweet with sparkles. Keg cider. It is pasteurized and filtered cider which usually carbonated and sweetened. Bottled cider. It is pasteurized and filtered cider bottled with dosage of yeast and sugar to induce secondary fermentation in the bottle or injected with CO2 gas. These are some 5 popular cider brands in the market. 1 Bulmers, 2 Gamer, 3 Magners, 4 Strongbow, 5 Savannah Dry. We had seen many ways of serving cider, let's see the traditional way and old style of cider service. Cider should be served well chilled in tall glass, or else in the earthenware cups traditionally in northern France. Earthenware cups are traditionally used to keep the cider temperature chilled which gives excellent touch to the drink. Nowadays, ciders are always served in tall glass with full of ice cubes. Did you know the ciders are aged? Generally ciders are not aged, however some ciders are aged for 1 week. Western ciders is aged in oak casks for greater complexity. I believe these information about ciders are useful for you at work. To watch more videos like this kindly subscribe Hospitality Doodle channel. Thank you.